There's a lot of people here.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Chelsea and Thomas Stovall never thought they'd be here doing this.
Thank you.
For coming out. You want a button?
Please, take a sticker, yes.
Standing outside in nearly 100-degree Arkansas summer heat, asking people to sign a petition supporting abortion rights.
Did you ever think that you would be sitting here now on this side of the issue?
Not in a million years.
So what drove them out here? To jump headfirst into politics in a time when issues like abortion seem so divisive. Their answer is heartbreaking.
How much of your personal story are you sharing when you meet people, when you're trying to get them to sign on to this petition?
All of it. I give up all the details first and they go, oh my God.
In 2022, the couple was excited to be pregnant with their third child, only to find out at the 20-week appointment their daughter had a fatal fetal anomaly and would not survive. But they live in Arkansas, home to one of the most restrictive abortion bans in the country. Here, the only exception, to save the life of the mother in a medical emergency. Chelsea didn't qualify, so they had to spend thousands of dollars and travel hundreds of miles away to Illinois.
It is painful to relive that over and over again, but I think it's so necessary to get people to understand that this is affecting real people.
Now they're in a race against time to help collect enough petition signatures before the July 5th deadline. The goal? To get a constitutional amendment added to the November ballot that would allow voters to decide if abortion should be legal in Arkansas.
The amendment itself would restore abortion access up to 18 weeks post-fertilization. After 18 weeks, it would allow for abortion access in certain circumstances like fatal fetal anomaly, rape or incest, or to protect not just a woman's life, but also her health.
Arkansas is one of nearly a dozen states where abortion rights could be up to the voters this November. But it's not getting the same attention as initiatives in swing states like Arizona and Florida.
I think we already know which way this state is going to go with regards to the presidency. But I think what's really important for people to know is that you can vote for whoever you want at the top of the ticket, and you can still support this amendment.
In the 2 years since Roe v. Wade fell, 6 states have voted on ballot initiatives, and each time the voters have supported abortion rights.
As soon as we found out about the ballot initiative, we were some of the first to, come and sign up. It wasn't enough to change anything, so we had to get more involved.
I first met Chelsea and Thomas during our Impact by Nightline special On the Brink.
We know that this is such a polarizing issue.
But why? Why? It shouldn't be. In my personal opinion, I was 100% against it.
He had only heard those horror stories of, abortion is basically just birth control for people that don't want to close their legs.
The one question I get more than anything is, how did I change my view? How did I go from being on one side to the other? It's not that necessarily I went from one side to the other. It's more that I had all the right information in front of me now, and I know the full story.
Any of those things. What I thought.
Now the couple is confronting those same ideas Thomas once believed. Because here in Arkansas,
Specifically to sign the amendment.
even this petition drive is sparking backlash.
We have had people in some of the smaller areas run us out of town. We've had people get death threats.
This amendment is more extreme than Roe v. Wade. It would obliterate all of the good laws that Arkansas has passed over the last 50 years to protect the health and safety of women.
These are bills that we have been able to get passed at the Arkansas General Assembly.
Jerry Cox is the founder and president of conservative nonprofit group Family Council.
Governor Bill Clinton, who later became president, of course, signed this into law.
You said that Family Council represents the values of what people in this state believe. What are those core values?
Well, I think much of it is based on their Christian faith. Arkansas, I believe, has more churches per capita than any state in the nation.
On the issue of abortion, how much has the landscape changed?
Well, it's changed a lot because I walked into the state capitol in 1989. Nobody wanted to be known as pro-life back then. Today, among the Republican majority at the state capitol, it's almost an insult if you insinuate that they're not pro-life. Our work here is motivated by the fact that we care about people, we care about the unborn, but we also care about the women who may feel like their backs are against the wall.
Family Council is behind one of 7 committees opposing the abortion petition, with volunteers all across the state taking part in Decline to Sign events. Cox says he's worried the amendment would wipe out all of Arkansas's abortion-related laws, which he says protect women.
It says no one, nobody in Arkansas, no elected group can prohibit, they can't penalize abortion, they can't delay an abortion, and they can't restrict it. Now, the amendment doesn't define those words, but those are powerful words.
Yeah, Jerry, I'm hearing you lay out reasons why you don't support the amendment, but what are the reasons why people shouldn't sign on to the petition to just ultimately get it on the ballot?
Well, for one thing, they can vote now on it by saying, you know what, I don't support it, I'm not going to sign the petition, and if it does make the ballot, I intend to vote against it. So it's a way they can voice their support, the same way the proponents are doing.
But those fighting for the petition say his group has taken its efforts too far. On the committee's website, Family Council recently posted a list of paid canvassers, their names and hometowns, which some saw as doxing.
We took that as an act of intimidation. We have unfortunately had encounters with individuals who have threatened our volunteers and our paid canvassers, threatened to kill them. We have had to file police reports.
Hi. Are y'all registered to vote in Arkansas?
Yes.
One of the names on that list, 22-year-old Destiny Sinclair.
I found out because a lot of the volunteers messaged me. I looked at it and I saw my name right on their website, and it's very shocking.
Destiny goes to school and has a full-time job. She says she thinks Family Council has made herself and everyone on that list a target.
That is a little scary to know that they could find where I work, they could find where I live. You know, they doxed these canvassers, including myself, because they want to silence our voice, and here I am using it even louder. So we've got our tent set up. The protesters are behind me. This is going to go to the news if y'all have any of your own commentary. It's not a money thing for me, but for some people it may be. I'm sure that they want to try and scare those people into finding new employment or scare people into staying home.
Allison Guthrie's name was also on that list.
It's taken my peace of mind. It's every time I get a ring notification on my phone, I want to check and see, okay, who's at my front door.
Allison lives with her brother and disabled mother. She says Jerry Cox and Family Council potentially put them at risk too when the list went public.
To be out here fighting for what I believe in, but being put in danger because of what he believes in, I just don't think is right.
You say it's transparency. The other side of this says intimidation.
You know, it's not, and let me tell you why. Because when we published the list of people who are paid canvassers, not the volunteers, just the paid ones, we could have published their phone numbers. It's a part of the public record, but we didn't. We could have published their home address. It's a part of the public record, but we didn't. We published name and hometown is what we did.
Are you surprised at how much concern there is from some of the paid canvassers who are worried about their safety?
I don't discount their concern, because we here at this office have had people actually threaten us.
But bottom line, you think it was necessary to put that information all into one list and to publish it?
Yes, I do, because I think the people have a right to know who's getting paid to amend their Constitution.
So Jerry Cox and the Family Council likes to intimidate and bully people to force their religious beliefs on others.
Veronica McLean is a longtime volunteer. She says it isn't just groups like Family Council working to stop the petition, it's state lawmakers as well.
Why do you think that there is so much opposition to even just put this on the ballot, to let voters weigh in?
I think because they know that if it gets on the ballot, that the people will vote for it.
The Arkansas state constitution says petitions need to be signed by voters from at least 15 of the state's 75 counties. But last year, the Republican-controlled legislature passed a law to make it 50 of the 75 counties, a change that flies in the face of voters since they voted down a similar measure in 2020.
15 to 50 is a really big jump. Is this an uphill challenge?
Yes. Yes, it is. It takes money, because you have to drive, you have to do all these things. There's no electronic signature process. It all has to be in person.
I'm very optimistic that if we get this on the ballot, that it will pass.
How optimistic are you that you'll get it on the ballot?
I think that it's going to be close.
But the canvassers, including Chelsea and Thomas, are determined to try.
And I just want to shake people and wake them up. Like, do you not know what's going on? Like wake up. This needs to change.
What would you say to some who are hesitant to sign on to this?
I actually talked to a gentleman today. He came and signed all of the initiatives to put on the ballot, and he didn't agree with some of them. But he still signed his name because he wanted it to be put to the people.
There was another lady that did the same thing. She did not believe in abortion at all. If somebody who doesn't believe in abortion can still sign it, that gives me hope.
I mean, we have a little 4-year-old girl, and
I will not let her be raised in this state if they do not change their laws.
You would move out of the state?
Yeah, it should be an easy thing. Just give the people the right to choose. Give them the right to vote.